Our next guest was good for so long as well. Recently retired former top tenor, over 250 wins, multiple titles. Let's bring in Diego Schwartzman to the show. He's right there in grandstand with Nick Monroe as well. Diego, it's nice to meet you. You got myself,
hey
Jeff.
Guys.
You got Tracy. You got Jimmy. How's Miami? How's life? How's retired life?
I mean, so far so good, you know. Not pickle shoes for me in the morning.
Not what?
Like pickle juice because he heard me cramping.
Like Jimmy.
Yeah.
Maybe celery one, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
But no, when I hear pickle juice, I'm coming back to me how many times I drink the pickle juice during the matches, you know, or this hot shot for not cramping, you know. I need it. I run so much.
It was so funny, Jimmy, when you said pickle juice, he just goes pickle juice, and he started shaking his head. But Diego, thanks so much for joining us, man. Incredible career, up to 8 in the world. You know, I always like to ask guests kind of how you got your start in tennis, and who were some of your earliest idols that you were looking up to?
Well, you know, when I started, my first coach in the academy was the father of the Cerúndolo brothers.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
He's famous there because he have a great academy, huge academy in Argentina, and many of us start with him. Even Nabone, he's playing now.
Wow.
He started also in this academy, but then it's like the place to start playing tennis. Then when I grow up, I was watching, I mean, all these guys, Nalbandian, Coria, Gaudio, Chela.
Yeah.
It was an amazing time for Argentinian players around the world, so it was very easy to start playing tennis at that time.
Yeah.
Diego.
And did you play mostly on clay growing up? Pretty much that was where you started on?
I mean, you've been in Argentina?
Argentina, it's all clay.
It's all clay, man. It's like
the Buenos Aires tournament. You know, I love that tournament.
But the real clay, not the one you guys have here, the green one, the orange one, you know. But yeah, growing up, it's just on clay. I mean, with the lucky we build and we have more hard courts, and it's easier for us to do better, you know, when you arrive to ATP or Challengers and you have to start to, you know, play some tournaments on clay. Every year we have less tournaments on clay, so yeah.
Diego, I always liked watching you play. I'm
Thank you.
5'4", you're 5'7", so we're both kind of on the more diminutive side. But I heard that there were a lot of naysayers back in the day in Argentina. In fact, you went to the doctor at 13 and he said, you're only going to be 5'7", and a lot of people were saying, there's no way he can make it on the professional tour. So talk about that physically, but also then financially. I know your parents did so much. They were selling certain things. Love that story to help finance your career.
Yeah, I mean, dad and mom were running around people, you know, who have money at that time asking for, okay, my son is playing tennis, and then quickly come this, you know, physically it's not going to be easy. And when the guys who have the money asked to coaches and everyone, they said, I mean, they were correct. I mean, it's maybe me, Nishioka, and a few more guys playing. So they were saying, Baez as well. He's doing great. But, you know, it was truth at that time. So it was not easy to find the money because how, you know, tall I am. And,
big heart.
Yeah, but as soon as I start playing professional, after all these problems, you know, like problems more with the money than physically, because physically, really, I mean, I never feel it, you know, on court. I never felt this way. And as soon as I start playing professional, it was easy because I start doing better than when I was junior. So then I raised the money, friends of my family, many helping me when I was young, when I was 15, 16, to start traveling around the world, and it was easier. And then you need a little bit of luck as well.
Diego, every time I commentated one of your matches, I always started with saying, this guy is a hero of mine, because how can someone that size compete against today's giants? I mean, back in the day, I played 100 years ago. When I played, not everyone was 6'4" and serving 140 miles an hour. How were you able? How are you able to beat these guys? What were you doing? How did you improve from the juniors to the pros where you were able to get it done?
Being honest, I have no idea. But listen, I mean, as soon as I start to play less last year and start watch matches, you know, on TV and everything, watching these guys serving. I mean, I was watching Diallo and Echeverry. These guys are serving 135 miles per hour the first serve, and it's crazy. And I mean, their bodies as well. So I don't know. I mean, I pull out too many things out of the court more than in, during practice and everything, like food, rest, sleeping well, everything. And I think at the end, it's helping me to not be, like you said about Thompson, not be 50 in the world, maybe be in the top 20. But then you realize that also you do a great job. I was not like missing balls, running. I mean, I was ready for every match. So when you start to realize how good you did many different things on court, you think, okay, I was good. But I think many different things outside of the court, even in the tournaments or at home, helping me to be a better player for sure.
Amazing journey. Thompson now at 5'3" with the hole. We might be going 3. Are there any new hobbies or sports you plan on doing more of? I feel like everyone loves to play
but
paddle.
football we mean soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah, that's fine.
We want to bring the soccer ball in
Like
here.
a club team or
I
something?
mean, I love.
Like a.
I mean, right now I signed for the team with my friends, and also the one my brother is playing in Argentina. So I started next Wednesday. I think I have my first match ever.
No way.
like since.
Okay.
Are you a
15
forward?
You
years.
said you signed. Are you a pro soccer player now?
How much you paying you?
What's the contract?
This is the opposite. You play, you pay to play, but you receive
You
nothing.
signed the credit card.
Where's the NIL deal for this guy?
Are you a
It's a
goal scorer?
paper.
Are you a goal scorer or defender?
No,
What
no,
position?
midfield.
Okay, midfield. Got it.
Midfield, he's
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, yeah.
Distributed.
He's fast.
Covers the whole
I was reading
field.
somewhere that you
I'm
had
the-
recently taken your first vacation since you were 16 years old. I mean,
It's
what's
true.
life like when
Wow.
as tennis players? We get up. What do we need to improve? What do we need to work on physically? What's life
is it-
like? Where'd you
It's
go on
not
vacation?
just a tennis player. It's tennis player from South America.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different life, and you have to analyze this. It's not very easy for South American players being from the South. I mean, even U.S. If you go to Indian Wells, takes more than a day to arrive there.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's 6 hours. Jet lag. So then we have to go to Europe for, I don't know, 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Then the American, players have 10 or 12 tournaments per year. It's a huge country, but close at home. It's your country. And then in Europe, you play for like 4 or 5 months. So during my career, I have to pull out, like I said, vacations, no vacations, pre-season, and then go fast to Australia. And many things. No football, no ski, no nothing. It was like just Caesar salad with chicken at the hotel.
I think that's interesting. I think that's
Ready to
interesting
play.
part because we always talk about Australians not being able to go back, but also from South America,
Yeah.
it's really far.
Yeah.
And for you, Diego, what do you think was your biggest breakthrough moment or a match where you said, you know what, I can do this, I can beat these top guys? What was your biggest breakthrough
How
moment?
close?
I
How
think it was
close
this one in
this,
doubles.
man?
Well, yeah,
Man,
I know.
we spoke now with Pavic today in the morning.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I
And
said
what
to
did-
him how close. I had the match point. I moved to my forehand and the ball was like this out.
No way.
Yeah. To one with Isner, I thought it was so funny.
How was your neck after that week of looking up at Isner?
I have so many pictures for that tournament. It was an amazing tournament. Isner Man was the naming of the
Did you
doubles.
guys, how early did you guys decide to play doubles? Because I know you signed up
Isner
normally
Man.
2 weeks ahead of time. 2 weeks ahead of time. What, did you guys decide early?
A long time, but he was winning doubles.
Yeah, he was winning and playing a
with
lot with
the
Jack.
Sock,
Yeah.
with Sam and a few Americans.
Diego.
So. Yeah,
love it.
fuck, man. It was so funny, but we are very close friends.
Yes.
I don't know because of the difference or why, but we decided to play together. But going for the question, it was I think 2017 when I became top 25 in the world after a U.S. Open. I did quarterfinals that year in U.S. Open. It was the first time I arrived as a seed player, and it was a huge difference after that. I mean, from that to 2023, I was in the top 20.
Yeah.
What about getting to the semis of Roland Garros? As a little guy, I mean, we all have dreams as tennis players, right? Did you exceed your goals and your dreams? 8 in the world, semifinals of Roland Garros, or did you always think I'm capable of that?
I mean, both, being honest, because if you ask me like 15 years ago, no, it's impossible.
Yeah.
But then during my career, I realized that, I was ready to do it. So it was like, okay, I'm ready. And after a few years, I arrived, multiple times to second week of Grand Slam, even not losing a set the first week of the slams. I did that like 4 times. So I mean, confidence was there, and I felt like, okay, I'm ready to do it. The only thing I'm watching now, the Grand Slams, you know, round of 16, quarterfinals, and you have to beat Zverev, Tsitsipas. It's not the same that to beat Rafa, Nole, and you know the guys. And I lost. I was looking last week 7 times or 6 times against Novak or Rafa in second week of Grand Slam. So I was saying maybe I was able to do it another thing, you know, more semifinals. But yeah, at least I did, and yeah, I was very happy.
Diego,
it was crazy.
Sorry, one of your I believe it was at quarterfinals. I'm speaking off the top of my head. You played Rafa at Rolling Heroes, and you crushed him in the first set.
And then it rained.
And then
First
it
and
rained.
And then rain came.
Yes. What was going through your head as it rained? Were you thinking, oh man, come on, this was my time?
It was the only time. I mean, I was so upset because I was 6-4, 3-1 against Rafa in you know, in Philippe Chatrier quarterfinals.
And you were feeling great, just moving the ball.
Playing unbelievable that set.
Yeah, I was not. And after the rain, I won, I think, 4 games. 4 or 5.
What changed?
I mean, many things. First, we played like 25 minutes after the rain. Then rain started again, and we went back the day after, and it was sunny. During I think we play at noon, so conditions for Rafa
Completely
were
changed.
perfect, and he was another guy the other day. He was the real beast.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was different, but yeah, he was struggling.
Yeah.
He was not playing good. I was playing more than my best, and yeah. Then I beat him in Rome, so I was okay.
Diego, do you have any superstitions as a tennis player? You know, a lot of us had superstitions. I know you. Not that it would be a superstition, but a lot of players drink coffee. You drink a lot of matcha, as you always do.
Mate.
See, I even got it wrong.
Mate.
But do you have any superstitions?
I mean, I had too many routines when I was...
Okay, put the routines, yeah.
Yeah, but I had many, you know, like same shower, like the 3rd shower of the roll, you know, and yeah, many different things.
How about food? Same food if you win?
Same food, rice and chicken and just olive
pre-match.
oil.
Rice,
What about
rice and
stepping
chicken
on
pre-match.
lines? Were you okay to step on lines on the court when you go to the changeover?
The what?
Stepping on the lines.
changeover,
Would
stepping
you
on the
step on the
lines?
lines, or would you?
Hey, you know what? No, I didn't think about that.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Okay.
But
What else was there?
maybe the hat, the position of the hat, position of my coach, who was sitting. If I was like, for example, if the alloy is breaking now and a new guy is going to my coach box and it's breaking back, no, man.
No, man. Absolutely not. Diego, so what is your life like now? Why are you in Miami? Where are you going to live? Are you going to live in 2 different places or back home? And what do you expect from your future?
I mean, home is Buenos Aires.
Yes.
It's far from the tour, but I love to be there. I really missed the last few years when I was traveling. I was also a point to decide what to do because I was missing home too much. I was struggling, you know, with the amount of weeks out of home. And yeah, right now I'm close to the guys in Tennis Australia. Let's see if I do something with them in the future. And I think I mean, I was always like a politic player, you know, trying to be involved in the conditions of the players. It's a tough moment right now with all things are happening around, you know, behind the scenes and are out of the court. And I think I will try to help the players. In any sport I have the chance, even in my country, you know, like more opportunities, you know, the standards. I think tennis is growing up, it's true, but there is you know, like many spots, you know, during the next few years to complete.
Diego, what did you learn in your career that you can maybe help out juniors or other pros or fans that are watching?
Yeah.
What did you learn in your career that might help their game or their mentality?
I mean, first thing is then you have to decide what to do. You know, you need to be an elite, you know, a sport guy. I think this is the first thing because, and the other one is you need to be good. You know, because when you were young, you know, there are many coaches that or many, you know, players that try to play and coaches, many people is not really honest with them. You know, you have to be good. It's not just, you know, pulling out. Okay, eat well, do this,
Right.
rest well. It's not just that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to do well. If
Yeah.
not, if tennis is not there, it's difficult to do. But then you have to decide, you know, yourself when you go to the bed. Okay, I'm a elite player. You know, I'm waking up tomorrow and I go practice. I eat well. I have to rest.
So that
and
discipline.
it's a decision. It's a big decision that you have to make. And then the tour is good if you do well. Being honest, it's nice.
Yeah.
But there is
Having that
another part of the
discipline.
tour. Yeah.
That's big.
Tomas Martin Echeverry was supposed to face Talon Griekspoor, but this is a lucky loser
I
situation.
know this was the match.
Diallo,
This was the match that Schwartzman was out. Diego was out watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because,
He was out watching this and then came in.
My manager is Tommy manager and also the coach.
Oh,
I mean, we
okay.
know all each other.
it was Diallo that lost to Tracy's son, Brandon Holt, in the second round of qualies, and now Diallo is up a break. What are your thoughts on this matchup? And if you're Tomas Martin, how difficult is it that maybe last minute you're like, oh, you're not playing Griekspoor, you're playing this guy?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because it's a huge change. You know, Diallo is not a guy who is going to have big rallies. Also, the courts. I mean, I'm watching this one are very fast this year. Very, very fast. So it's going to be a tough match for Tommy because he likes, you know, clay, you know, rallies, everything. So this match is not going to have, you know, many rallies and. You know, you are not going to decide what to do during the match. So you have to be there waiting for the chances. He have already in the first game a few break points. And
He's got a couple
now
right now.
I mean, you have to,
Oh, we
like
got
he
it.
did. I mean,
There
you
you
have to
go.
break. If you take the chances against these big guys, then it's another match.
How do you think the game plans for players playing on a faster surface has to change? What should be their game plan when it is so fast? What would you tell a player that you're coaching?
I mean, you have to start making, you know, different things with your serve. Like, okay, I'm going wide. Next one is
Open
going.
court.
I mean, you have to not think too much.
Yeah.
Because the surface is not give you the chance to think. You know, okay, I have time to move to my forehand and decide what to go.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, because if you are a clay guy and if you don't
want
have time, it's tough, you know.
Yeah.
And then you have to start to, you know, block the returns, you know, go more to the net, you know, quick points.
Yeah.
But I like that. I really like that when the court was. That's why I grew up. You know, I did much better because I liked when I was playing in a fast court.
Diego, you always got along well with everyone, but I'm just curious. This is maybe a question you don't even want to answer. But
Come on, Jimmy.
It's good.
this is just me being me, okay? Argentinians throughout history of tennis.
Yeah.
They couldn't quite get along all the time. So Vilas Cleric did not like each
Jose
other.
Lyric Clerk.
It's true.
Yes, they didn't like each other. Then the Gaudio, Nalbandian,
Yeah, nobody.
Coria, and
Nobody.
yeah, those things didn't get along. Has that continued with the era that you were
Less.
playing in with the Argentinians? Are there still factions, or did you all get along?
No, yeah, sometimes it happens. You know, individual sport is difficult. But right now, no, it's a little bit different. You know, it's a modern world. You know, it's more like a social media thing, and there is no like before. Before it was more like, you know, chats, games, everything, and it was more like an ego game that, you know, right now. And right now, Argentina have good players, but not like before. It's not the same that when you have a 3 top 5 than if you have a 3 top 50.
Yeah.
It's different. I think at the end, this is the problem, the ego, you know. It's when you go to a Davis Cup and, okay, who is playing the singles there, and there was start the fight.
Walk us through this moment, your final match there in Buenos Aires. Kind of what were your feelings internally there?
It was tough. I was trying the few weeks before to, you know, practice, going to the gym, you know, did some tennis, because I was trying to be ready for the match, and I beat Jarry the first round. It was amazing feeling.
Yeah.
That feeling was crazy feeling, because I was really, really scared. Okay, maybe he's going to beat me like 1-on-1.
You're like, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but yeah.
And when I felt like, okay, I mean, I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the chances, and it was great, because also the atmosphere was great. The second match against Pedro Martinez was
insane.
Insane. The first match was insane. The second, it was good, but different, because we played during the day, very close to the other match. And I was like mentally not very focused the second match, but it was great. The opportunity the tournament gave me, you know, as well, because But I invite me myself. I said like 8 months ago, okay, I will retire in Buenos Aires. So I
like,
decided,
you're giving me the wild card, right?
Jaite, the tournament director, he said many times in the press, you know, okay, one wild card is decided, not by us.
Diego decided it.
So Diego, did
8
you
months
honestly
early.
not play for 6 months and didn't hit a ball? And then did I hear that you just practiced a couple of weeks before? Is that what happened?
Almost.
Wow.
Almost.
Really? How long
Almost.
did you not practice for?
I mean, after US Open, after I lost Monfils
Yeah.
in US Open, I think for 2-3 months I didn't play.
Wow.
Then I played for a while. Then I had my holidays from December 20 to middle January, and then I start again, like middle January.
wow.
Like for 3 weeks, I played before Buenos Aires. But like I said, now when I go to practice or I hit with like Echeverry last week in Indian Wells, I was good, man. I mean,
You're so good.
It's easy.
Yeah,
and,
and now you know, not thinking.
I'm not missing a feel, but it's not the same way when you are player. You know, it's thinking, okay, no, I need more power. This ball is going short. You know, it's different. And
There's a freedom
you
to
can-
it.
You think
can-
there's something?
yeah.
You think there's something to that as far as players? Maybe we overthink, and maybe it's better to
100%.
kind of not think as much and let it flow.
100%. This is one of the things that you know, Tommy is always asking. I think he overthink too much, you know, during the match.
Echeverry.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
very relaxed, and he have the game. This is a good case, you know. It's
Yeah.
and it happened more with the clay guys, you know, like before. It was like the seasons very split, you know. I'm a clay guy and not this.
Right.
Not think too much.
Don't
It's
think too
tennis
much.
at
Yeah,
the end, you
just
know?
play.
Yeah.
2 break chances for Diallo. Diego, we know you're kind of on vacation, but it's so great that you're still involved with tennis. We love to see you. Congrats on
I
such a
will,
great
yeah.
career, and thanks for hanging with us today and sharing all those thoughts.
Can
We
I have
appreciate
one
it.
more question? Since
You
he's
can do
there?
whatever you want,
Yeah.
Tracy.
So the
Diego
great,
Lito.
the great Guillermo Vilas.
Now I'm asking money for any questions. So because I'm not
She's
paying
the
the
same
money.
contract as his soccer.
Yeah, I'll
can
Venmo
afford
it
it.
to you, okay?
You can Venmo?
I can Venmo. Yes, I can Venmo. So Guillermo Vilas was one of my favorites. He actually stayed at our house when he was growing up.
Really?
Yeah. I want to know if you have any good stories about him. And then Gabriela Sabatini is also one of my
Yeah.
favorites. She's just wonderful.
She's the
How
best.
beloved are they in Argentina?
I mean, crazy. I mean, the court, the main court in Buenos Aires tournaments have Guillermo Vilas' name. He's huge, but he's living since I don't know how many years in Monte Carlo. He's also have these Alzheimer things, you know.
Yes.
It's not doing very well. So, being honest, I didn't speak too much with him when I was very young, but he's huge. I mean, it's our history. And Sabatini, she's the best. We love her. It's crazy how the people love her.
And what about Juan Martín del Potro? I mean, he's a good friend of mine. I know he lives here in Miami, and you're extremely close with him. How was that relationship?
I think Del Potro, Sabatini, Vilas, even Nalbandia and Coria Gaudio is more like a soccer, football for us. You know, people is crazy about these guys.
Yeah.
The feeling the people have, you know, it's very,
Sentimental.
Yeah, sentimental thing. It's different way to see these people, and I think the one who is in the top right now is Sabatini. Sabatini is crazy. People love her, and Juan Martín, yeah, it was.
I think
just-
people love Diego Lito
Yes.
more. I know, Diego, I know you're leaving tomorrow. What are you
Yeah.
going to be doing the rest of the day before you head out tomorrow?
I mean, now I go to see Tommy,
Yeah.
and then going back to home. I miss home just to be there, doing some things that I never did before. Also, I'm doing one TV show there with streaming and few
Oh,
things.
sweet.
Yeah. And then I go to Madrid, Roland Garros, a few
Madrid.
more tournaments. Yeah,
Nice.
so yeah.
All
I
right,
will
we're
see
gonna
you.
have to get on the court and hit some balls because I know you're hitting it clean. I got to get that
I'm
feeling.
clean. I'm clean right now. Yeah. I swear-
Super
I
clean.
swear I'm clean.
Love that. Thanks, Diego, for
Diego.
joining. Send Tracy your Venmo info, and she'll.
I'll get rid of
Thank
that,
you.
Diego.
Just set the price. Set the price. She can afford
Okay,
it.
I have to create the account. Yeah, I don't have to. I will.
All right, see you,
Thanks, man.
Diego.
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Bye.